Hey guys, I'm Matt from Team Zincit. Nathan, Team Zincit.
Pronto, I'm Caballero Hassan.
And I'm Hassan.
Well, us being fiduciaries or the corporation, we do need to rely on that 10% figure in order for us to make a deal. And that's also, that's us being fiduciaries to the corporation, also the shareholders. So we need to, in order to assess our values.
I just want to point out that each of you should look in the other party perspective. For example, if the likelihood is not 60% and it is really 10%, then you should not be focusing on offers B and E, for example, because those are going to be the worst offers for you. And in the other case, if you, for example, believe Hassan has the right numbers, you should be focusing in scenarios A and B because those are the scenarios.
And I also agree with your point that we should look at the other side's perspective on what the success ratio is. And given that you guys only place a 10% likelihood, that would actually justify, in my opinion, a much higher bonus than you guys have suggested.
For deals, but I think we all agree that these are the only packages that we can choose from. And so I think we also agree in principle that for this deal, Team Zincit should get a larger proportion of the benefits of this deal than the other individuals, just based on the calculations. And I think we all clearly agree on that because we agreed on these packages.
I do not agree on that.
I don't agree either.
Yeah, you need our patent to make profit. So we are you need me as much as we need you.
Let's say I go with your assumption of 10%. Let's just hypothetically say that.
Okay.
Would you be willing to consider something like a D or an E in a much higher bonus payout than the ones listed?
My understanding is we're constrained with these packages, and we're not able to modify anything. Functions of the 10%.
But I think we're both being pretty flexible because we really want this deal to happen. We want you guys to get a piece of this pie. So
we acknowledge that. Would you be willing to remove option E and option A simultaneously for consideration?
Yeah, I think we could modify option D or option E to adjust the bonus payout.
My understanding is we're not able to modify any of these packages.
Could we remove A and E?
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead.
B is a similar size pie. So basically, Matt ran the numbers and we looked at what the total gain would be for us collectively versus you going just with sums. We found that the most attractive option by our numbers would be D. Actually, by your numbers as well, it would be option D. And that would be a gross or an increase of almost over $9 million.
That's excluding the transaction costs associated with the legal fees.
On the subject of FDA approval, I also want to go back to what my lawyer brought up earlier about possibly meeting halfway. Right.
If we meet halfway, the final scenario is 34 million. So there's no scenario better than other. And the most equitative partition between my client Hassan and you guys is scenario B again. So, and in this case, halfway through scenario D, we barely make any difference for Zoom while you are taking 70% of the gains, or even more, like almost 80. In this meeting halfway through, you'd be making about 80% of all the gains, which is something that we cannot control, but we'll be making most money and it will be most equitative in scenario B.
Based on your calculations, I believe you would prefer D to C. I'm seeing a slightly better $150,000 benefit of D versus C.
If I stick at 60%, yes.
Yes. Right, based on your assumptions.
With these assumptions in place, would you be willing to remove option C from consideration? Since you both prefer B or D to option C.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. We both need each other to make this happen. So I don't think there should be any relative value judgment based on how, whether it should be, you guys should get an outside portion above 50%.
I believe that the scenario B is the most proportional one and offers the second biggest pie of all the scenarios.
but we would choose B over D because it has the most equitable distribution of that pie.
Is that a yes?
I think that's a yes for me.
I think you made some good points. We're happy to let that go.
Sounds good.
Nice to meet you.